You sued Spelling-Goldberg
Yeah,
Productions?
yeah, after everything else was failing and nobody was doing anything, I said, okay, I'm going to fight for my career. This will be my biggest stunt to try to accomplish, is to get my job back, mainly. To get my career back is really all I wanted.
So what were you suing for?
Discrimination, there was injury, personal injury, a multitude of things that were involved in that. But anyway, again, and that whole time is, my phone doesn't ring, of course, it's dead. But I just continued on, and I said, well, if nothing else, I'm going to give them a hell of a fight. And that I did. I'm sure they were kept thinking, where does she keep coming up with these attorneys? How does she keep coming back? Well, I thought we got rid of her a long time ago. Seems like the only persons that don't get blacklists are attorneys. Everybody else can get blacklisted.
So your case had gone to trial in August of '87, and then you got a verdict that ruled in your favor, and then it was appealed, and that took 4 more years, you said? So you said it was 13 years total with the courts, which brings us to what, the mid-90s?
92. I remember the call. It was on April Fool's Day. I get the call from my attorney saying, well, it's over. We're not going to go anymore. In other words, we could have cross-appealed back. It could have come back to me. But there you go again with attorneys. You know, the more money that's on the scale that weights it down is where they're going to go. And, you know, and that's the system. So I said, you mean we're not, no, that's it. Waited all this time. So I said, well, okay, I got to come in and get my boxes. And he says, well, okay, there's only about 3 or 4 here. You can come and get them. I went in to the office, and the secretary, took me back to this room where they had all these boxes. I had 12 boxes, legal boxes, full. 12 legal. And then he said I only had 3 or 4. And I said, no, I said, if that says Johnson versus Spelling, that's my box. And I'm taking them all. And so I said, do you have a dolly? And they got me a dolly. And I went and packed them in my car, all 12 boxes of history.
So was it depositions and
everything?
I mean, what was
yeah, everything. But they only said I had 3 or 4 boxes. So it's, you know, and I say in my book, there's a lot of things that, when I mentioned stunts found me, I didn't find stunts because I didn't have family that got me in. I'm off the street. And I wasn't a girlfriend or a wife or a party girl or any of this. And there's different places throughout my book that I got placed. I have to think that, what in the world am I doing here? How did I get here? And it's a mystery to me. So something must have placed me wherever I am. Something's placed me here, right now. I mean, this is quite an honor to even talk to somebody about the kind of career that I and some others have had. And they aren't pretty, they aren't fun. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, what fun it is to be a Hollywood stunt woman. It's been a fight. We've been in trenches for years. And all we need to have is somebody wake up. And I guess it's producers, because producers are the ones that hire the coordinators. And I asked in my report, I said, please vet these coordinators very carefully before you hire them. And maybe that'll make a difference, who knows. But to me, I mean, if I was producing if I was interviewing a coordinator, one of the first questions I might ask him is, how many people have you sent to the hospital? And no offense. I mean, I know there's accidents, but how many people have you sent to the hospital? Why and what happened? That's what I'd like to know as a producer. And I would certainly instruct that coordinator to not harass stunt women, to be decent to them, to pay them well on their adjustments, and be a better mentor. That's where it lies.